Hi, this is Coach Myron from Think Tactical. We talked about this on one of our podcasts where we said about defending your home and securing your home. What I'm going to show you is, well, we're going to show it to you on a video. Your typical door frame is only 3/4 of an inch thick and is attached to these, which are called the jack studs. They're called the jack studs because they're two 2x4s and they hold up the header that supports the rest of the house above your door. Now, typical strike plate screws are these. It's only this long. They barely get in. They barely touch the jack stud when all the way inserted. So all you're being held with is this 3/4 inch piece of pine that has your door frame. Some of the other screws are a little bit longer, and they also barely get into the jack stud, and they're thinner. Even the long screws, I took one of these out of a hinge. Even the long screws are good. They get into the jack stud, but the problem is they're brass. Brass is soft. What we want to do is we want to replace those same screws with hardened steel screws. Typical decking screws are great for this. All you have to do is put them in, and you'll see by the length of them, they get well into the jack stud. And that secures your door against somebody trying to kick it in and break it in. We're going to do the hinge pins, and we're also going to redo the strike plates and put the longer screws in both of them. Be right back in a minute. I've already removed one of the screws. Just take them out one at a time and put them back in one at a time. Take out the next screw. So even though these are long screws, they're soft, they're brass. So we're adding in hardened screws in all of our hinges. Get right into the jack stud. And we're going to do that for all 3 hinges. Screws are so short, if you try to put a long screw in there, you'll have a hard time. So you have to pre-drill just so you get the pre-drill. Let me change my bit here. And now we're going to put the long hardened screw in here. And these are on the strike plates. And usually these are really important to do because the screws are very short usually in the strike plates. You can also pick up at some of the hardware stores, you can pick up a bigger strike plate that'll give you 4 screws that you could put in. I didn't do that here. I have a strike plate here, and I also have a deadbolt strike plate. I might replace that later and put the one with 4 screws in that. But now you get the idea. And we'll take this one out. Even though that was a long screw, it was still not deep enough into the jack stud. And we'll drill this one. Drill a little bit deeper. And we pick a drill that's just slightly smaller than the screw we're going to put in diameter. There we go. We've made that now a more secure door, and I said this helps protect your family, keep people from breaking in and disturbing you. As always, be safe, be aware, think tactical.